Hey everybody, it's Maddie's Daddy 12. I'm Jason, and I'm about to head out to some yard sales and garage sales, and I'm going to try to buy low and sell high over on eBay, trying to make a little extra money for my family. So let's get out and let's start this adventure.
Come here, sissy.
Kids clothes, kids clothes, kids clothes. Bunch of kids clothes. Big bed. More kids clothes.
But anyway, I appreciate it. Y'all been doing okay? So that's probably a good thing.
Yeah, $5, but
Well, that's good that you're keeping busy. I know. That's the bigger thing. I mean, you know. All right. Well, y'all have a great weekend, and
nothing really there that I felt like I could make some money on. They did have that Super Nintendo, but as you picked it up and you shook it, it had a nice little rattle inside of it. It wasn't real comfortable even at $5. A lot of really cute little girls' clothes, but nothing I felt like I could make some money on. So I want to take a moment and talk about returns. Because in the last week, I've had 3 instances that should have been returns or could have been returns. 3 that I've had to deal with. And I'm going to talk about those real quick. The first one was a 1990 score Bo Jackson. A lot of you guys may remember the image. It's him with his shoulder pads and a baseball bat over top of his shoulders. Not a super expensive card, but as COVID hit, that for whatever reason, that was one of the cards that jumped up in value quite a bit as far as percentage is concerned. It jumped up, but I made actually 2 sales on it. I had one where the guy says, hey, I'm marked as delivered and it hasn't shown up. And I was like, well, let's look at this and this. And then the very next day, it might not have even been the next day. It might have been later that same day, that evening, I got another message. Another one had sold. And the exact same thing. Hey, it says it's marked as delivered, and I don't have it. So I'm going to talk about how I dealt with those situations in just a second. Footstool, vintage, that's cool.
see you. Bye-bye. I've got that hecker pulled up. Okay.
What a air compressor, but it's like all gas. You know what? I'll take a chance on it. Alright, that's kind of cool. Not too bad here. Spent $11. Got a John Deere French implement, Owensboro, Kentucky, little vintage hat. That should go to eBay and do off pretty good. This is pretty cool. This is a vintage hardware keg. So back in the days of the 30s and whatnot, whenever you would send hardware to one of the hardware stores, you would send nails and screws and stuff in a keg like this. You wouldn't sell them in individual packages. You would come in here and you would get them in the keg, and then you would dip out the you would sell them by the pound. And I've actually got one at home that has been lacquered up and has baseball stickers on it that I really liked, and it turned it into a end table. It's really cool. But for $5, I couldn't pass that up. I figured that would sell. Oh, let's not hurt the hat. Figured that would sell at the vintage booth for probably about $25 or $30. And then this is pretty cool. This will go to eBay. Kentucky Wesleyan. I'll probably get rid of the hat. I don't know that I'd keep it. But it's a uniform bag. I don't imagine there'd be any other ones on eBay, so I thought I'd pick that up and see if I can't make a little bit of money on it, especially at $4. So the issue with those type of returns is that they're baseball cards, and you can sell sports cards and some of the stamps and small memorabilia in the $20 or less eBay envelope system, and they have tracking, but it's super cheap. They have tracking, but there's a lot of mailmen and post offices that don't really understand, I guess, how to follow the tracking properly. So when they make it to the post office, they'll get scanned at the post office and they'll get marked as delivered, even though the item is still at the post office and not actually delivered. And part of the reason is because those have QR codes on them instead of the regular scanning system. So I don't know exactly what the real issue is. I just know that a lot of them are getting marked as delivered when they make it to the zip code that they're going to, as opposed when they actually make it to the customer. So what I was able to do was just to talk to them and say, hey, just give it just one more day. And which one, the first guy was like, absolutely. So he gave it that one extra day, and sure enough, it was there the next day. Something else that can kind of happen, and as you guys probably all know, just go check with your neighbor. Like if something gets marked as delivered that you've bought on eBay or even Amazon, and it gets marked as delivered, there are mistakes that'll make. I've made mistakes. The last video showed that I make mistakes. I'll make mistakes. So, other people make mistakes, and the mail person could easily just put it in 113B instead of 113A or whatever the scenario may be. And sure enough, that person checked with their neighbor the next day, and it was there. It had been delivered. They had just put it in the wrong apartment number. And it's really odd that happened with both of those cards. The exact same card sold the next day after, and the same delivery problem. But so those were two possible returns that I was able to fix easily, and I'll talk about the next one after this next stop.
Let me help you do something. I don't think so. All right. I can look. You don't even read. Allie, she doesn't even read. Huh? She doesn't even read. Well.
Yeah. I'll have to dig through there a little bit at least.
What you got, Isabel? Just like a boss. Yes.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. That is super cool. Pay $2 on this Demon Slayer hoodie. It'll sell at the booth for probably about $8, which is kind of neat because I paid $8 for everything. But yeah, I'll get $8 to $10 out of that rather easily. South Pole hoodie, pay $2 on it. Again, I should probably get $10 to $12 out of it. So these more than pay for what I bought and put me into the profit. And got Janelle a bunch of shorts that she needs desperately. Got those at $1 a piece. So now I get to buy everything, take some stuff home to the daughter, and still make profit. And then one of the things they actually had on their free table was this big old Holy Bible. Super cool. Like, I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I have a couple of friends that have, well, you guys may remember him, my buddy Dylan. He has a big wall of all of these crosses and everything. I thought maybe he would like that. It was on their free table. I was like, hell yeah, I'll grab that and see if he wants that. That's what I like to see when I roll up on a yard sale.
Way cool.
This is super cool.
I know there's a Morris. I thought it was.
Morris? Yeah.
Morris, yep. Little hot rod. Now it's got the gauges and all new stuff in it. Yep. It's one of the British cars.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Super cool. Alright, let's see if we can make $1. That's cool. $2 for the little rack. That's promising. Live, laugh, love. Somebody really likes Skechers.
I see y'all every week. Every Friday. I see y'all out every Friday, Saturday. Yeah.
That's not bad. That's cool.
How old are you?
Little ports.
My husband and I are
$5. It's not going to sound super great, but it would fit in the car. I just might have to get that. That's cool. Make me a little pile over here. Is that all right?
Sure. Yeah,
All right.
here.
All right. Can I pet the puppy? Huh. Oh, yeah. I love them puppies. How much is a car? You guys gonna sell that? It's not.
$22,000.
22. That's all.
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah. I can't resell these, but I got some kids that probably like these. Ain't that right,
Let
Dylan?
me go grab my husband.
What about these
Probably
boots?
just about. You know, if you want this whole thing,
How much for the whole box?
the whole thing, take it for
Some
$10.
Justins.
About $8.
$8. It's a deal.
45.
Hold
Yeah,
on,
a little more what I can do on those.
Well, I got somebody
Get
here.
2 on those.
Okay.
I'll do 2 on those.
My husband, before he died, he loved them.
Give that for you when you get rid of it. It's that.
Too big.
That's a whole series of that. Yeah. Have them all for $5 for all of them. Yeah.
Had to drink one for another and
Oh, Lord.
go away.
Yeah.
Spynet.
Yeah, you gotta look
It's
through
at
it.
night vision.
You can see way off
Huh.
of that.
How much is it?
I 10.
want a 10 for it.
10. That's cool. I don't know anything about any of that. That's kind of cool.
Well, you can
$3.
see, you can see way off.
Little camera, video recorder. Yeah, those are kind of cool. Little set of binoculars.
Them are
That's
nice
cool,
ones,
too.
They're not the great big ones. They're easy to carry and everything.
Probably be good to take to like ball games and stuff.
Yeah.
Those are cool.
other box of stuff. How much is that one?
You know what? Let me run in and get him and tell him to come out. Hold on. Babe, I need you to come out, please.
Well, Jack, that's it.
I like your tip.
$5 on the little 10-inch sub. Like, it's rockful. It's not going to be super loud or anything, but I thought it was pretty cool. And if I decide not to put it in one of the cars, I mean, I paid $5 on it, I'll put it in the flea market. And then Dylan, I know a little girl that might want those, right? All right, let's head to the next. So I got 2 stops out of that one. But anyway, so that third return, so here's the deal on it. The guy actually didn't ask for a return. Well, I say guy, I don't know. The buyer didn't actually ask for a return. It was on a t-shirt. It was marked as used. It did mention in the descriptions that it had some flaws. And he buys it, he gets it, and he's looking it over, and he sends me a message afterwards. And he was like, hey, so he's like, I understand you had it marked as used, and he said in the description you mentioned that it had some flaws, but there was a small tear in the armpit, where the thread came out just a little bit, and I want to say there was a stain also. Yes, there was a stain also down at the very bottom of the shirt. And he was like, you know, hey, he's like, I get it. It was used. You mentioned there was defects, but these were things that you should have, you know, I would have liked to have seen pictures of them. He wasn't asking for a return. He said he was okay with the shirt. He wasn't happy, but he said he was okay with the shirt. He said he just wished that I would have had better pictures of those defects. And he's right. He's absolutely right. So, and I did something that I don't normally like doing. I normally will not give partial refunds. Especially if somebody starts asking for partial refunds. I don't like giving partial refunds. I tell them to just return the whole thing and just be done with it. You know, as soon as I get it, I'll give you a full refund, and then I will correct the listing and I will list it. But this person did not ask for any kind of a partial refund, so because of that, I felt, and because they had a legitimate gripe, I felt that I owed them something. So I actually gave them a partial refund, and when I gave them that, it was almost immediately after I gave them that, I got positive feedback. So not an actual return, but still making sure that you go above and beyond, especially when you know that you've made the mistake. I know that I made the mistake there, and I wanted to try to make it right. All right, everybody, that pretty much ends it for me right now. I'm going to stop. I'm here at Cane's. I'm going to stop and get me some lunch. I think we did really well. I really like that nail keg. Like I said, I think I should be able to do really well at it and the flea market, and the flea market, or in the vendor booth, or however you want to talk about it. I don't know. But my little antique booth, I should do well with those sweatshirts. And I don't know. I feel really good about the day. So there you go, guys. I appreciate it. Subscribe, comment down below. I'm gonna head in here and get me some food. Show us how much you love us.